specified 5,000. Now play. Lieutenant.
Welcome back. Spaceman here. And today, it is a beautiful afternoon in West Central Florida. When I decided to go and open up, well, let's see how many grams this is. 200 gram tin of PETER-HEINRICH'S Dark-Strong. This is some good stuff. Okay? I kid you not. I am so happy that I opened this tin. Now, if you have a tin of this and you open it, you're going to get a somewhat fruity or spicy aroma from the tin note. You're also going to get a little bit of a creosote kind of smell, but don't let that throw you off. It does not come out in the flavor. And I want you to see, this is a broken flake, and I just want you to see how beautiful this tobacco is. Look at that. Look at that tobacco, man. Isn't that nice? That is wonderful. And I decided to open this after a little discussion I had on when I was worried about a little bit concerned about the foil seal. And I figured, oh, what the heck, you know, I'll open it and try it out anyway. So I'm just going to go ahead and jar it up, because what would be more beautiful than being able to see this fine looking, beautiful tobacco through a glass jar. So that's what I did. And it's actually very, very good tasting tobacco. It's made of aged Virginia. I believe it's aged cakes of red Virginia. And Kentucky fire cured dark Kentucky tobaccos. The blend type is actually listed as Virginia Burley, but it has an unusually rich and naturally spicy taste. It's kind of like the old-fashioned kind of tobaccos, you know. And if you are a Virginia lover, I would highly suggest you getting some of this. And by the way, I'm smoking it in my Dracula. I believe this was a Dracula 68, if I'm correct. Really good stuff. But I'm not here to just talk about that. I'm here to talk about some other stuff. As you can see, I got my Ozfest shirt on. I was going through my closet and through my old shirt inventory, and I just happened upon this old Ozfest t-shirt, which I don't wear that often because I'm not too fond of having this monster on the front of my shirt, you know. Maybe Halloween I wear. It's a beautiful shirt though. I was at this Ozfest, which was in Camden, New Jersey at the time. and on the main stage was Ozzy. The co-headliner before him was Pantera, and I believe before that was Godsmack. It was a very good show, very good show. And if you look at the back of the shirt, I really like, I don't know if you can, you should be able to see this. You see how the names of all the bands are like in a red, orange, and yellow kind of fire kind of look. Isn't that cool or what? Okay, that lists, lists all the bands there that were there. Unfortunately, I got there late that day. I only got there in time to see Godsmack, Pantera, and Ozzy. But going back, the best Ozfest I were at would have been 98 and 99. At 98, there was Tool, Megadeth, Motorhead was on the second stage. That was awesome. Tool, I said Megadeth, Ozzy Osbourne, Godsmack. I believe Godsmack was there, or it could have been 99. I don't know, but there was a lot of great bands there. And another really good Ozfest was, of course, now wait a minute, 99. This was awesome because I have to mention this part of it. The co-headliner that came on just before Ozzy was Rob Zombie. And he had out Hellbilly Deluxe, and it was just, it was great. The show was, he really put on a good show. He did the song Super Beast, and he had these two women dancing, one on each side of the stage, and light under the lights, and they were on these platforms, and that was wicked cool, man, wicked cool. That was an awesome show. I'm taking one of my favorite all-time albums, which is by the Rolling Stones, and that would be Their Satanic Majesties-Request. Now, and this was released in December of 1967, December 8th to be specific. It was the 6th British album and the 8th American album. Same year before this album was the Beatles' Sgt. Pepper. Now, a lot of people tend to, and it was released in June 27th, I believe, of the same year. And a lot of people, and I believe this was also their 8th album, American album? I think it was about the same. 6th British or 8th American, one or the other. And a lot of people tend to say that the Stones kind of copied them with this. I don't look at it that way. I think Sgt. Pepper was Sgt. Pepper. I want to open this Rolling Stones for a second because I want to show you something. I actually have the original of this album on vinyl. I actually have one copy. We're going to leave the Obi strip in here. And the promo sticker, of course, is on the front. And this was a puzzle piece that comes with it. Of course, if you want to buy 100 of them, which I don't see why you'd want to do that. But the coolest part about it was this lenticular cover, which, if you look straight into this cover, somewhere in here, right here it is, as a matter of fact, is George Harrison's face. See if you can see that. You see that right there above my pointer finger? And I believe somewhere is Paul and somebody else, and John, I'm not sure. But anyway, I have the original vinyl of this. In fact, to be specific, I have about 6 copies, and I had bought a sealed copy from 1967 and actually opened that, and it's in boxes right now, packed away. They're inside of boxes, and I actually have another copy that's still sealed from an original copy from a record store in New York City. Don't remember the name of the record store, but anyway, this actual cover, they don't actually like move their heads when you move it, but the original lenticular they do, and they've actually now released the 50th anniversary of this, which actually comes, here's the inside of the CD. This is a Japanese import, which is still available. And it actually comes with the inner sleeve, with it's red with the clouds. And originally this was, I guess in London it was on Decca, excuse me, yes, in England, in Britain it was on Decca, in America it was released on London label. So let's see, I don't know what, I don't really remember. Okay, I see. The CD itself is actually not the actual label, it just looks like that. Originally intended to be called Cosmic Christmas by the band, they changed the name as a pun on a passport. Her Majesty's Britannica Request, or their Britannica Majesty's Request, or something like that. Anyway, of course it had the single She's a Rainbow. On the flip side was 2,000 Light Years from Home, which is a great song. And one of the main reasons that I actually like this CD better than the Beatles was because it's more like spacey, spaced out, like space rock, and I like space rock more, so that would be the main reason. She's a Rainbow is a classic, I mean, with the piano in there. And now we've got the Beatles' Sgt. Pepper. Now this one is the deluxe, the 50th anniversary. Now I forgot to mention the Stones, their Satanic Majesty's Request. They just released a 50th anniversary of that, which has the album cover, the original album cover, reproduced with the lenticular 3D cover. When you open it, it has the inside with the maze and everything, and it has two albums, two vinyl records. One is in mono, which is on Decca, and one is in stereo, which I believe is on London. I'm not totally sure. It also has the same configuration on CD, one mono and one stereo. Sgt. Pepper, yeah, great album. Perhaps if, you know, the Rolling Stones one was produced by the Rolling Stones, perhaps if someone else would have produced it, it may have been gotten a better critical review. I don't know, I couldn't tell you that. But there's no need to explain Sgt. Pepper. We all know what was on Sgt. Pepper. It's a great album. You know, a lot of good songs. So the 50th anniversary is really cool. It has a second disc with, you can hear them talking in the studio, and it has different versions of the songs. And of course you had Sgt. Pepper, Lonely Hearts Club Band. You had Little Help from My Friends. And this one on the second disc has a version of Strawberry Fields, which I love that song. So anyway, you know, I'm not doing a thing, one versus the other kind of contest, but I have to say that Satanic Majesty's Request is my favorite of those two. By the way, I also have it on cassette. Back when they made cassettes obsolete, I called up Tower and got every single cassette that they had available, still left available. Anyway, that's it. That's all I wanted to say on the video. And now we'll catch you in the next installment of Pipe Dreams and Music Dreams, or whatever you want to dream about, on Iron Rails and Pipe Dreams. That's my channel. So catch you later.